The Department of Security Service, DSS, has grilled a popular Islamic cleric, Auwal based in Zamfara, Kaduna State, over his recent sermon where he criticized President Bola Tinubu's government. Sharif is a renowned critic of the Nigerian government, and in one of his recent sermons during Jumar's prayer, he faulted Tinubu's failed economic policies for the suffering and the inflation Nigerians are presently facing. In one of the videos of his sermons, Sharif had linked the power transition between the former President Muhammadu Buhari and Tinubu to that of Pharaoh and Hama, Daily Nigeria reports. He also berated the president for the hasty decision to remove petrol subsidy. He said, Tinubu and Buhari are like Pharaoh and Hama. There is no difference between them. If not for Tinubu's lack of respect and dignity for Nigerians, how can you announce the removal of subsidy in your inaugural speech? After announcing the removal on the inauguration stage, the petrol price jumped from around 200 to over 600 before the president left the venue. And people just laughed it off as though nothing happened. What kind of people are we? Ideally, he should have consulted his economic team before making such a hasty decision. Even the military, which rules by decree, don't make that kind of pronouncement. A close ally of the cleric told Daily Nigeria that the cleric was quizzed for some hours before he was asked to go home last Friday by the DSS operatives in Kaduna. The sources said they came back again after the Jumar's prayer but could not meet him, so they left behind a letter and a phone number for him to call. Upon his arrival from the mosque, Malam reached out to them confirming the receipt of their letter. He offered to go to their office immediately, but we advised him against it. Even the SSS asked him to wait until Monday, but he insisted on going to know the reason for the invitation and prove his innocence. He went and had a discussion with them, and after hours of grilling, he was allowed to go home. From what we gathered, the order to arrest Malam was from Abuja, but somehow the matter was handled by the Kaduna State Command. The sources said the secret police had security concerns about some of his sermons and the level of participation from people of all faiths. He was advised to be less critical due to the fragile nature of the polity, the source added. According to the source, his ordeal may be related to his recent critiques of economic hardship and some of the country's senior lawmakers. But the same President Tinubu and Buhari and the followers were criticizing the government before them. Why is this government evil desperation? He should be released, please. This cleric should be investigated and prosecuted for committing sin. It is a sin to criticize a leader. That is why northern clerics were mute during Buhari regime. What is the goal and objectives for establishment of DSS in Nigeria? These governments will crumble if this is really true. They are trying to silence the voice of the masses to continue suffering in pains and agony. Baba Jamila, Bejebiamila, I believe that is what the one is pronounced, said that they are going to regulate a law that has to do with protests in this country. You either join them or keep silent. Tinubu carry on from where Buhari stopped. Meanwhile, the President Chief of Staff is busy campaigning on the regulation of social media in the country. A whole president, how dare you person in Chief of Armed Force, abeg build a bungalow for him in Aso Rock till 2026. Great job, DSS. Oh, really? People won't express themselves again in this country. Instead to find out the hideout of kidnappers and bandits, they concentrate on arresting and unharmed critics. You see, they said when people criticize you, it's like they are telling you your fault. You get, and that is stand up and do the needful. If you get people who are criticizing you, you are lucky, because they are telling you, to step up. These things they point, that might be, where you are failing. Why can't you, hit to those points and do the needful instead of going after the person that said something about you? Anybody when they listen, person they talk to you, they exchange words instead of you to pick what they are saying and make corrections. You can never do well. You get. If they do something, somebody they tell you, say, see, this is the one that they doing not good. See. If you know what you are doing, you have to pick those points and work on it instead of fighting the person. When you do that, you are overcoming already. So this APC government should be focused. They should not forget that they came through, critics and protests and all that. Waiting them do to somebody. When they do it to them, they are angry. You see this life, Nigerians go say, in all balance. So they just want to silence everybody. Nobody should talk. You can't protest. You can't say anything you are saying. Whatever that happens, manager. Now they just try to tell Nigerians. Poor man go say God day, last. So guys, what's your take? Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Thank you.